Hey, stunning people. My name is Beane, and welcome to the Salt Lick Sessions. Our next artist is probably the artist that I've listened to the most out of anybody that I've interviewed on the show. She's really nothing short of revelatory, and I'm manifesting being great friends with her. This is Madison Cunningham.
In a 15-passenger van to Ohio, the Chrysler invention hums and blows. Warm air through the fence sends it straight to the bone. Outside it's 9 below. It's a pain I've never known. I lost my heart to the great Golden State and the lanterns in little Tokyo. If the fumes don't kill you first, then the dreaming surely will. You tell me on the phone. It's a pain you've never known. I look out the window and let my mind wander from the water to the open sky. And sometimes I swear I'll just never return, but you're all I've ever known. You're all I've ever known. Will you take me as I am, in perfect obedience to all these demands? I'm a child to the wonder, but a victim of the shame. When I see you again, well, I know what to say. I'm not immune to a piece of bad news. I just do what I must to move on. Give me truth, but put me under so I don't feel a thing. It's the only way I know. It's the only Hi.
Thank you for being here.
Oh my God. Thanks for inviting me to your house. This is your house, right?
This is my house.
I like what you've done with the place.
Thank you.
Interesting choice.
Yes, the light or the red curtain?
Oh, both actually.
Very interesting choices all around. Yeah, I watch a lot of the AD videos.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, lots of inspiration.
Got it.
That's what
I
is.
get it. I get you now.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I think that of all the artists we've had on the channel so far, you're the one I've listened to the most.
Wow.
For sure. It might honestly just be Pin It Down too. Like I think I had that song on just like an insufferable amount of times.
I'm sorry.
No, it's incredible.
That's awesome.
It is so good. So good. I'm a fan. I really am. And I'm really grateful that you could make some time to come in and chat. Do the music.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy. Chuffed, as they say. Simply chuffed.
Simply chuffed. Simply chuffed. You're from SoCal, yeah?
From SoCal, was born and raised. I was born in San Diego and grew up in Orange County and then just keep moving north. So yeah, now I've been in LA for 7 years.
Okay, interesting. And what's it like? I don't get a lot of people that grew up in LA. I feel like LA really is a city of people that come here from other places.
I know. I mean, being from Orange County, it's like those two worlds could not be more, they're so close and so far apart in nature. And it's a very similar thing. It's like, I can't even claim LA as my city in a way.
Right.
But yeah, it's a moving target. Everybody who lives here, you're probably not going to be here next year. Kind of, it's hard to make friends in that way.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's like, could you sit for a second?
Yeah,
that's the follow-up coffee date that we're looking for.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got you.
If you even get there.
You have to pass the first one. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm working on my
exactly.
first date skills, Madison. You have to tell me how I do.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That just made me really nervous because I need help. Anyway, go on.
No, you're killing it. You're
Go
killing
on.
it. It's
Okay.
great. It's great. What was your upbringing like with music in Orange County? What was the music scene like? What was the fam playing?
I mean, music scene was non-existent in Orange County. There's like kind of an underground grunge scene,
Interesting.
surf, sort of like rock punk in a way, which is kind of, it makes a lot of California sense. But yeah, I felt very ostracized in terms, like I couldn't even really get a gig at a coffee shop to play my own music. I mean, if you break that down, it's like at a coffee shop,
Really?
that was my option, and my dad was a musician and I grew up playing and singing in church. And
What kind of church?
Like an evangelical mega church.
CCM.
So just, the best of everything.
Oceans was in the rep book.
Okay, so you know.
Oh, I
You
know.
Oh God. Yeah, that was my scene essentially. That was my Orange County, and I'd always loved guitar, and that singing and playing came right at the top. I started playing when I was 6, and singing and writing at that age, which, I mean, you could hardly call it writing, but it was like, I was putting ink on paper and like putting chords underneath, and then by the time I was 20, I just was driving out to LA and spending all my gas money, and I was there every single day of the week. So took that as a sign to move.
Totally.
And I did, and I've been there ever since.
Are there any other artists growing up apart from the core CCM, Hillsong, Bethel? I imagine that was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you listen to that you think are formative to your writing and your playing. And
There was one, I was very isolated musically, and I guess that's why I've said to you before we started rolling, like my teen years in so many ways feel like they've happened in my 20s, because I just was introduced to so much music and like experience, and that all kind of happened at once because of touring. But like I didn't hear the Beatles till I was 17 years old, and Joni and Dylan and all the people that would come to split my brain open and form it.
that's so wild to me.
Yeah, it's
It just
I don't
feels
know
baked
how-
in.
Yeah, well, it is in a way. I think what I always say, maybe this is a justification, but it's like, it just felt like, I kind of got to play music and love music and sort of break regular chord structures. And I had that in me already as a kid. I didn't have like towering figures that I was intimidated by musically almost. It was just like a way of being and discovering and processing my life. And then that came later when I was ready for it.
But there's maybe one artist, maybe one or two who was even in the Christian realm that helped me. Like there's a band called Isley, and they just were, they were just, Christian adjacent, I suppose. A band called Mute Math, like those sort of bands really kind of seeped into it penetrated the world that I was in, and it, started to get my wheels turning and made me realize what music could be, or how far it could go, or how melodies could be. Those were the first signs of me really falling in love with music, and it really changing me.
I'm a fan. I really am. I'm gonna say it multiple times. I'm just a fan. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
It's crazy.
I'm a Madison fan. That's crazy.
Are you a fan though?
Oh, I think I'm a fan.
That's crazy.
I think I'm a fan. I think that the thing that gets me particularly excited about the sounds that you make is that maybe it's a weird ick that I have. Ick is a strong word these days.
Right, well, go on. Now I'm curious.
Go on. I know. The weird ick that I have is when I feel like I hear people and they're so referential that I'm like, I don't know who you are. You know what I mean?
It's so easy to do.
It's so easy to do.
Yeah.
And I feel like you are so singular in your own lane, and the people that you described kind of like that cracked you open when you're 17 going into your 20s, whatever, they're also in their own lane, and you're just like, you're on the co-bill. You're not opening, you're just on a co-bill doing your own thing just as beautifully and excellently. And it's just like, it really is so wonderful to witness. I'm just a fan.
It's very encouraging. I was talking to a friend about this yesterday. It's like, we all have these musical crushes that we're trying to get over like our whole lives. And Joni and Jeff Buckley and Rufus Wainwright, like those are all like my big musical loves that I'm like, that I kind of in a way had to shed. I still reference them because it's the bar for me, but like
the bar. Jeff Buckley.
Yeah, I know, right? Love him.
All I've ever known. I'm like, to live in a universe where he could hear you do that song.
I think my universe would just, it would just, I don't know what this is, but you know what I mean. I just would
exactly
collapse. That's what that means.
I'm with you. It's crazy because obviously he's somebody, it's interesting that you brought him up because I also am a huge fan of him. And obviously his legacy was cut short.
Yeah.
So sad.
I know.
The weirdest accident. But to listen to you play, I'm like, it almost is like he's back. But again, in your own singular way, your own singular Madison way. Oh, God.
I love that.
Yeah.
That makes me very happy.
Yay. Good. I'm with it. So tell me about, obviously you've been recognized by the Grammy Association of whatever association the Grammys is, which is a massive thing. It feels like for so many people on the grind, that's the pinnacle. You got there. You got your trophy. Well deserved.
Thank you so much.
So well deserved. The album's incredible. What do you do after you get the trophy? What comes next?
Well, you put it on your toilet and you forget about it. For real. Like my mission was to make it mean as little to me as possible. Obviously that's held with gratitude, and that's held with my childhood dreams in mind too. Like that for me was the pinnacle when I was younger. I couldn't really see anything beyond that. And it was also just like an impossibility. I just didn't think it would be even remotely attached to my name or a part of my life. And again, it's so paramount that I forget about it and like don't give it, too much attention. And I'm not afraid. Like I'm not afraid to make me like I'm really thankful that it found me at the age that I was, because now that's in a way it's the mystery has been dispelled, and I can just keep making like the hunger for me is just making good art, and that's forever what I'll be chasing in my life. Is because I'm hungry for writing good songs, and that's the only thing that really makes it all feel worth it to me.
Totally. And that's the longevity of it all too. It's the staying power.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself as a folk artist?
Not even a little bit.
Because I thought that was an interesting classification for the album
too. The way I've spun it for myself is folk has always been the genre that is attached itself or has been attached to a lot of leading singer-songwriters. So to me, I'm like, great. Like if that is sort of just a code word for singer-songwriter, or it points to that, I relate to that. That's what I desire to be associated with. But folk, you know, if you're to break that down and what that really means, like I'm not acoustic. I'm not, you know, I don't really understand.
Like, can we make this make sense?
Yeah, but maybe we're not meant to. I don't know. It's so arbitrary
I
in a
got
way.
you.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay, so who are some people that you think everybody should listen to? Everybody should know.
Oh, there's so many people.
I know. I'm sure your brain's just like.
Oh, there's a band called Flight. I don't know if you've heard of them.
I haven't.
But they're just incredible songwriters. Some of my favorites. So you should listen to them. Their last record is just their self-titled album, Flight. It's been amazing. A guy named Daniel Rawson.
He's all on my list.
Okay, yeah. Daniel Rawson is just like a genius. And his last record, I think it's called You Belong There, is like just one of my favorite things to come out in the last couple years. The last one I'll give you is Juana Molina. Juana Molina is like just this incredible Argentinian guitarist, songwriter, just like my favorite of all time. So yeah, those would be my three as of right now.
Okay, bet. I'm stoked to check it out. I'm sure they're going to be stoked to hear that they're your Wait.
I hope they're stoked to hear that they've been mentioned.
Yeah.
They've been dropped.
Yeah,
Their names have been dropped.
They're dropped. And then lastly, what do we have to look forward to from you, Madison? What's on the horizon? What are you excited about?
I'm excited about, I go on a kind of wild tour in March in Europe with John Mayer, of all people, which is beautiful. And
I feel like his audience is going to be so receptive to it too.
Yeah, I think I just have this really good feeling that it's going to be a beautiful combination of things. And I think he's amazing. And I'm just excited to watch him fucking slay hearts and minds.
Yeah. And I'm sure it's reciprocated as well.
Yeah, it feels like a mutual admiration sort of club, which is it doesn't get better than that.
Yeah, totally. So. And then I've had this in my back pocket for a couple of weeks now. Elisa told me that you were playing something on her record. We have a mutual friend, and Elisa Amador.
We do.
And you were listening back to it, and you said, I got to put a little more Botox into it.
I'm so lame. No. Everyone knows now.
It's the most amazing thing I've heard. I'm like really trying to get it into the rotation of things to say.
That's awesome. Well,
brilliant.
I'm glad you like it.
Yes.
Sometimes like there's a screw that is missing in my brain, and things will it's the screw that would usually keep the mouth shut, and my mouth just opens and things fall out.
I'm glad that it's loose, and I'm glad that you put some Botox into our session today. I think it's great. It's great. I'm going to give you a squeeze, Madison. Squeeze. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You're really a joy.
You're a joy.
Yay. Well, whatever. Should we fight with these stools?
Let's fight.
Okay.
You gotta mean it though.
She's missing in action, you can read her like the Times. Splitting hairs and giving air, she's guilty of the crime. Don't underestimate the murder your eyes can commit. Killing me so tenderly when you won't just admit you're suffering. Gold line and mercury, indoctrination spoon. Some buy their way in mercy, some get taken out too soon. The rest of us run underneath like rain in the ravine, flowing with bloodline and pollution, trying to get clean. Life in all its fragility, leaving her imprints upon me, a riddle I cannot begin to guess. She's not inventing the wheel, she's not the first to feel like she's the only one coming up against herself. Ooh, ooh. She's the spitting image of her old man in a spiral. The more responsibility, the more you crave denial. The wind speaks like an orator, some message from the wild, with the courage of a mother letting go of her first child. Life in all its fragility, leaving her imprints upon me, or would I cannot begin to guess. She's not the crop or the cream, she's not about to seem like she's the only one coming up against herself. How far, how wide, and how deep, how bad could it be to blow it off and run away from yourself? Waking up to a heavy cup, ambition drinking me. Helpless, I watch another death play out on TV. I render it down to size and sound till it comes as no surprise. To sleep all through the night and still wish to open my eyes. Life in all its fragility, the midwife of this urgency, a moment I may never get again. Oh, a moment I may never get again. Oh, a moment oh, a moment oh, a moment a moment I may never get again.
Hey, stunning people. If you're loving our music, make sure to give us a like and a subscribe. And comment below who you want to see next.